Lewis, the Prime Minister, made a big mistake today. He went to meet some ordinary people.
Well, you know what?
The public has spoken. This time, a 77-year-old lady in hospital.
You know what? Who hasn't been in a place where the server is doing a very good job and you say to the boss, give this guy a raise? Well, that's what happened. That's what happened. He goes to a hospital in Croydon. I mean, you shouldn't have to you shouldn't plan a visit to Croydon, let alone visit a hospital in Croydon. Nothing personal. I live close by, but it's horrible. And he meets some old woman who's in the hospital. The old woman had been in there. She goes in there many times. And you can bet it. She probably has type 2 diabetes, gout. She's a major drinker. You know, you can tell, she's 77.
Listen, not everyone's like you.
Do you know what? I wish I was that way again. And her name was Catherine Poole. And she says...
There she is.
Yeah.
And we can see pictures of her, and she's got a finger wagging towards the Prime Minister. She said, "Look, I've had a great service here, but you've got to give the nurses a pay rise." Credit to Sunak, he's responded, he listened, he smiled, he wasn't defensive, and perhaps this might. I mean, could it change the policy? Do you think this intervention from a 77-year-old lady?
No, there's no money left. There's no money left to spend on any of this thing, and it's just some woman saying, "Give this guy." Give my nurse more money. Of course she's going to say that. She was good treatment to the hospital. Sunak is going to leave, and she'll be left with these NHS nurses who are very unhappy.
Nick?
Yeah, I sort of think give him a chance. He's only just started, and she's saying, you need to try harder. You need to sort out the NHS. And he's on like day 3 or something. I think it's quite impressive in a way that someone as rich as Sunak actually wants to go to a hospital in Croydon and be told off by an old woman. People say, why is he doing it? He's so rich. You've got to almost respect that he's prepared to do that.
By the way, can we just deal with this Rishi being rich sort of canard? Because, yes, he is.
It's not really a canard, Mark. He's richer than the Queen.
His wife's a billionaire. It's quite sexist to sort of say that it's his money. It's her money. He's a self-made millionaire, and using the title self-made. He was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. But also, most MPs are privileged. They all make 80-odd grand a year plus expenses. Keir Starmer's worth £7 million. I mean, once you haven't got a mortgage, you own your own home and have a pension, you're privileged.
It's all gravy. Yeah, you're right, Mark. I agree with you to an extent. I mean, people like Nadia Whittome going on about, he's sort of implying he's somehow not even Asian because he's so rich he can't.
It's amazing, isn't it? Last couple of weeks ago, Kwasi Kwarteng was only superficially black, and now Rishi Sunak's not really Asian.
Yeah, because he's too rich. It is bizarre. You're right, Mark. I think we should probably move on from it. I mean, don't you think there is something in it? You could argue he's got so much money, he now just wants power. But then when you look at him in a hospital being told off by an old woman, you think maybe he is doing it out of a sense of duty.
And Lewis Schaffer. Here's the thing about independently wealthy politicians. They are incorruptible. He can't
like
be
Trump. Like Trump,
something that's not true because, rich people want to be richer. And there's that saying that poor men want to be rich and rich men want to be king, and king's not happy until he's got everything.
That's a Bruce Springsteen song, more than a saying.
Please don't sing. I'm enjoying the record audiences for headliners. Let's not spoil it. Let's not spoil it with any improvised Lewis Schaffer musical stylings.